Hey everyone, welcome back. So Maddie's on the loader or the excavator right now, and she's gonna take out this stupid Widowmaker that's been there for a year. I tried knocking it over last year, but it just would not do what I wanted it to do. You can see it hanging right there. It's really annoying. Also, we are very close. If you look kind of into the sun, that's the edge right there. That's the edge of that big dead oak. The hope is we'll be able to get there the end of day 3, which is today, and within the next 4 or 5 hours, because tomorrow at 2 o'clock I have 2 loads of road base coming, and we have to grade everything and make it level the way we want before that comes at 2. Maddie's poking at it right now. Or she's not even close. Anyway, the hope will be that we will finish this last little bit. It's looking like about 8 more trees and then we are set. Let's see if I can't get us just a little closer so we can see it just a little better. Seeing that big claw up there? She's still not close enough. Hang on, I gotta put a lock on the 4-wheeler here. Okay, that's better. She's touching it. It's like the orc gently rubs the back of your shoulder. You feel uncomfortable. D&D memes 101. Rawr, I'm a T-Rex. I'm a T-Rex claw, T-Rex mouth. I'm gonna smash you. Just gotta get closer. So, the biggest thing we've been discovering is that Maddie's a lot more careful than I am on excavator. And that's why I'm kind of happy she watches me. But at the same time, I am a better operator than her. So, despite her best efforts here, she's got to get a lot closer before she can even think about touching that branch. Still not close enough, dear. Nope. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, we'll see in a bit when she gets this down. Well, she got a hold of it. Here, I'll move forward a little bit. Yay! Widowmaker gone. And now hopefully we can push over that standing dead like it's nothing. And this one over here. This is so nice to clear out all this stuff. Okay, anyway, I gotta go get lunch. Maddie's gonna go for about an hour or 2. I'll show you what the progress is when we get back. The closer and closer we get to that big, gigantic, dead tree and that huge rock, the happier I will be. See you in a few. Okay, we're back. So, I'm at the top of the bottom section, and you can see where that big tree, dead tree is. If you look over the top, you might be able to see Maddie there. We're getting close so you can start to see her now. It's a long way to the road. We're gonna have to grade that out yet. And we have less than 24 hours. and I think we'll be okay. We just gotta get that one enormous giant rock out of the way. But if you look close, you can see Maddie in there. That boom is right there. Slowly moving around in the trees. We're getting close. When we break through, I'll have that feature for you, either on mine or Maddie's camera. So, anyway, about 50 feet left. We're so close. Well, there we go. The road base makes a huge difference. He got all the way up to where we needed him. He'll put half there, and he'll dump the other half in the front here in this low spot, and we will be set. So after we get that all graded out and taken care of, I will let you guys know what that's all about, or how that looks. Boy, it's been a long day. Man, that truck driver's good. He feathered out the bottom part that comes all the way out to the grass, so I can push the rest of this in, and this will be all road base. And he got a pile right up there by the rock. Do you see that pile? That is fantastic. So now I can take my excavator, go up on the side here on the right, run the top stuff up a little bit, and then run the stuff on the bottom here down and grade it out and make it nice. So 2 loads goes a long way. That'll work great, and then we can drive our cars right up there. Man, that's nice. Not to mention that we did all this for less than $3,000. The next closest guy just to cut the trees and level the ground was $4,200. Man, skilled labor. You guys make a lot of money. Anyway, I'll show you guys what it's like after I get done with the excavator on it here. I've got 2 more hours yet today that I can still play, so I actually might have Maddie do it. See you in a bit. Hello everyone, we are on day, let's see now, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on day 6, and my job is today, yeah. Oh Lord, it's been a long week. My job today is to try and smooth out what we've got, and I made a homemade driveway drag. Just some chains hooked up to a pallet and hooked in with a clamp on my ATV, and it's going quite well. Running up and down has made this much smoother, and it's taken out some of the high spots, and you can actually kind of tell that this bottom part is starting to look like a driveway. The more I go over things, the better this is gonna get, and I'm seriously thinking that we're gonna have some pretty awesome driveway after this. This works quite well. I'm gonna see if I can get you a shot of behind me here. I don't know how well that's gonna go. It's definitely doing something, which is good. And the hope is it'll take out all the high spots and leave us with a nice smooth driveway. You can tell, like up here, this section in particular is incredibly smooth. I've gone over it about 5 or 6 times. It's excellent. And the hope is the more and more we go, the more and more rocks it reveals too. You see all the little rocks in here? I can go in and pick all those out as well. So you go over the high spots like this, and then it comes out. I'll turn it around here and I'll show you how this comes out. And it comes out much, much smoother. See if we can make the turn with you guys on board. My apologies for the bumpy camera work. So we went over that high spot on the right, and it's a little lower now. This is gonna be the better part of the day, to take this pallet, run it through the high spots like this, and slowly chip away at all the high spots as we are going up and down the hill. And then in between sessions, I'm gonna come through and hopefully pick out all the rocks and get rid of those. But this is working really well. So we'll see you back here once I get a little bit more graded out. But pretty good for day 6. Okay, we're back again. Maddie improved the driveway drag setup. She added 3 weights to it. I tried to add the one in the center myself and it was working okay, but the edges need weight too, so she got those all centered and set. It's looking like this one on the left could maybe use a little more work to get a little tighter, but otherwise it's sitting pretty good. And we'll use this to grade out our driveway. So Maddie's gonna go, and she's gonna take off. She's gonna continue grading this. But we're pretty much done with all of our excavator work. And now it's just taking the grader through and grading it so it gets all level eventually. And the more level it gets, the more weight we can add to take care of those high spots. But that thing works really, really well. So I'm gonna walk you down here. This is 6 days of work. Normally on the 7th day you rest. I will not be resting because we still have the excavator for 1 more day. And it's a Sunday no less. But we are going to do our best to get some more free projects done because we're not paying anything extra for the excavator. But you can kind of see we've got a lot of extra space. I sort of cleared out some spots here on the right. Perhaps for some single track mountain bike things in the future, a feature or 2, I'm not sure. And then you can see the size of some of these oaks. That's probably a good 20 inches in diameter, and we've got huge canopy above us all through this thing. It's all canopy, even all the way out to the back for this top section here. It's really nice. And the best part is this is the spot that we don't need to be in the sun strictly because of winter. Since it's so flat, we don't need to worry about ice because you can just drive right over that. There are a few little humps and bumps yet. They're hard to see on camera. There's one right in here. There's another one right in there. But there may be 4 or 5 inches total between those two. And that grader will eventually grade them out and make them nicer as we go. Our problem here, and our only problem, is these guys. Rocks half the size of my car or better. They probably weigh a solid 2,000 pounds each, some of these. Like this one in particular, like you really can't tell the scale of that. But it was just insane to try and pull some of these out. Just on the top side, we had 3 of these that were just absolute monsters. That right there, that's about a medium-sized rock, and that's got to weigh, 1,000 pounds, 800 pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. And these are small, like in comparison, like my foot is that big, and I have a size 13 shoe on. That's a tiny rock compared to all the stuff that we've been pulling out. We left some trees on this edge. The ATV trail still runs along this side. We think we're eventually going to turn that into like a single track spot. That's what I was kind of saying. If we put a feature in there and then we run the features down here, could have some really cool single track. And then we left a lot of these trees here because they weren't even close to in the way. And we tried to keep these here. Even though they're standing dead, that's fine. There was a lot of extra work to try and pull those out and not kill this other oak that's still living. We want to leave as many trees as we could. But rocks, that whole thing is filled with enormous rocks. And now that we're kind of at the top of the slope here, this is where the grade starts going down and going down fast. You can see how far down Maddie is. And it's gotta be at least 50 feet. It's gotta be. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's a long way. Another interesting way to tell, if you zoom in here, you can see the telephone line. We're at the very least, our head is even with that. So if it's not 50 feet, it's gotta be 20, 25. It seems like a lot more because it's such a long driveway. So we're gonna keep walking down. And as we're going, I'm gonna try my best to pick rocks that get in the way of the grader and chuck them off to the side. And any trash that we find, we're gonna have to pick up later too. So we thinned this side out, feathered it so it made it look a little more natural. Eventually when the greenery picks that up, it'll look a little bit better. Kind of the same over here. And you can see that dead stump that we pulled. It was on top of that giant rock. I pushed it all the way over there. Maddie cut it right through the center. And then, as we get down here, we're kind of thinking that this particular space right here, it's off to the side. You're not going to be driving on it. We might actually end up using this particular spot for our golf hole. Because like right in the woods, right where this hole is here in the foliage, that's about even with the golf hole, and I'll kind of show you that as we go down. I also took some time to pull off any extra dirt from this rock. You can see a couple of the scrape marks I made. Those will heal up after a few really good rains. and some weathering. But eventually we're going to use this as hopefully a a welcome sign on the front and a thank you for coming sign on the back. And we'll put Stirlingshire Homestead on this big rock. That rock is huge. I'm just happy that we had the ability to go around it, because if we didn't, this would not have happened. And there's that stump that fell up on top of it. So we're thinking another good place for a golf tee, or a tee box, is right about here. There's this flat section of land right where I'm standing, and you can see the flag from here, out in the distance. That's probably a good 100-ish yards, and it's also downhill by about 15 feet, 15-20 feet. So if that's the case, we could make a really nice golf hole here, and if any of these trees want to volunteer and fall over, we might be able to put it back behind the rock. But either way, interesting place that's just also out of the way that we can do some fun things with over on this side. Again, perhaps more single track, which would be kind of fun. So starting right about here, and you can kind of tell, there's lots of little rock in here. The gentleman who delivered our road base, we got 44 tons of road base, and it only made it up to right where my shadow ends. We took that road base and we spread it all out to take the place of all the dirt that we put on the sides and pushed off. But now that this road base is in here, this doesn't pack hardly at all, because we've packed it in with the four-wheeler and with the excavator. And our hope is, after we run that grader that Maddie's got, that pallet grader, that we get this a little more flat, that eventually we're going to come through with a plate compactor, compact it all down for sure, and have it all set up and nice and firm. So when semi-trucks come to deliver things up the hill, they can get a good run and for sure make it up the rest of the way. The grade is actually incredibly easy to work on. Like one of the best incline planes ever in comparison to the ATV trail. But there you have it. We took 6 days with a rented Cat E45. Cost us $1,600 for the week, and probably about 40 bucks in diesel fuel. We ended up refueling it probably about twice. And this is what you got. Last thing we did, we took all of our black dirt and we put it all up on this side too, so we can eventually use that for flowers or any other things we want to grow. But that's what we got. So, not bad for 6 days. I'm going to get you guys a shot from the bottom up to the top, and then I'm going to say goodbye. There you have it. This has been Isaac and Maddie at Stirlingshire Homestead from our enormous driveway project. Signing off. Thanks for watching.